Welcome. Here we go. The Chatham-Kent Cougars taking on the Scarborough Thunder Senior Varsity. And kickoff, opening kickoff down as they pick it up and rumbling for a few yards. Right to the 30-yard line. As now the Scarborough will take over under the lights here on a chilly October night.
All right, folks, we've got this game rolling now.
Gary Patterson with Mike Grenier. Michael, how you doing?
I just wanted you to, lead me into the broadcast here.
Come on
it's
in.
good to be with you
outside, brother. Go on in.
Good to be with you again, Skinny, here, and a beautiful night for football, and the second of a doubleheader here at the Athletic Complex.
Unless you wear shorts. That's not so beautiful.
Well, I don't know who would wear shorts in late October, but that's fine. Well, I think we'll bring in the heaters here later and keep you nice and warm. But good field position for the Cougars on defense, so hopefully they can contain the...
Trying to scamper through the quarterback. And taken down, but he ran a lot of yards, but he only gained a couple. That was the quarterback for it was Karis Sam.
And Sam with a good head of steam behind the line of scrimmage. Looked like he had a nice avenue to run down the left side, but the Cougars able to block his progression. And that was a good play. Only about a 2-yard pickup on 1st and 10.
Gain of a couple, and Thunder is the defensive line all set for the Cougars. Big game here. These, of course, two greatly matched teams here between the Cougars and Scarborough. Scarborough has a big team and definitely always a good football town, right? Tough kids.
And it's great to have a season here for 2021. A little bit on a little truncated and a little short from what we are used to, but it looks to be a good squad for Chatham-Kent this year.
Sam back to throw, rolls right. And good pursuit by the Cougars. They can't get to him, though. He fires it off wide open on the far side. And you're finally getting hauled down. That was number 46. That was Alex Cadescrew. And very difficult to see who made the tackle on the play. Cadescrew.
Scarborough seeing a little bit of a hole in the coverage along the far side of the field, and they took advantage. And a giant pickup there on 2nd and 8, and now the football in the Cougar territory around the 52-yard line. So good start here for Scarborough offensively.
1st and 10, again, Sam, set back. I think your wife's from Scarborough, isn't she?
She is, yeah, she is. She's been a Chatham-Kent resident now for 20 years, I think.
Or more.
She's not going back.
As cut through it, big hit. A big roll. That was number 22 on that carry for Scarborough, Nathan Greenlee. And Greenlee was nailed on that play, number 45 on the tackle. And that is Shagnash Diaz with the brick wall he ran into there. So it's 2nd and about 6 yards.
The junior varsity squad for the Cougars winning in the first of the double dip here this afternoon, 27-15, as they put on a good show earlier on. Nice sunshine to enjoy, too. Cool fall day, but the JVs with a win earlier on.
That was a big win, too, over 3rd-ranked Scarborough. And they were 9th-ranked, so they moved on. So the big win, and it's in motion. Sam pulls back, just fires it out, and misthrown, but right there, shaking his head is Braden Charbonneau. He thought he had a pick there, but just zipped past it with 9:24 left in the first quarter.
Not to bring out the cliches too early, but Charbonneau's going to see that one in his sleep tonight. He'll be dreaming about that one right between the wickets. He had what seemed to be a pretty easy pick, but just went right through the hands.
You always know it's one of those when they start smashing the helmet after, right?
Yeah, so. Like immediately he put his hands to his head.
Even before the ball lands. Again, Gary Patterson, Mike Grenier here, the high above Chatham-Kent Athletic Complex as we've got 3rd down. And back to receive for the Cougars. Receive the kick. Got number 8, Tyler Szymanski. Again, up, and that's number 9 pulling that one down.
Oh, he might have been one tackle away from getting a huge return there.
And that was Brett Wiggerson. Brett Wiggerson brings it back. So now we'll see what the Cougars' offense looks like, Renz.
Yeah, and Wiggerson looked like he was eyeing down the field there right when he caught that football. And if he was able to wiggle out of that second tackle, he might have been down the field for 6 points.
Some great wheels on Wiggerson.
So now the Cougars with some decent field position. They've got a long way to go, but at the 30-yard line, so we'll see what the offense can do. And we've seen this season the varsity squad, they're good on both sides of the football.
Yes, they are. Drew Barco, quarterback. He's leading the way. Barco set. Hands it off and trying to bust up through the middle. Gain of a small gain on that one was 21. Looked like Logan Stefina, number 21, I believe that was.
And that took about 4 defenders to bring Stefina down. He is certainly a powerful runner, and he went right up the gut there, and it took almost half the front line to bring him down for Scarborough.
I'm not sure if that was Stefina or Morlog, but
I think it was Stefina on the carry. You were right.
yeah, 21. As Barco set, has a look. Receiver's off right. Low snap, fumbles it, hangs onto it himself. He's going to run with it. And gain of probably about 6 yards on that. So it'll bring up about a 3rd and 4 for Barco. He was manhandled by the Purple People Eaters there.
Nice presence there for the Barco, the quarterback, as he avoided disaster after the low snap. And he couldn't really hang on to the football very cleanly off the snap, but somehow he found a hole along that left-hand side and made a pretty good gain. So now you've got about 3rd and 4, and decision time for the offense. But what's the betting line? They kick it away, or they go for it?
They got to kick it this early and this far down. Got to kick it. But what do I know?
That could have been a lot scarier, though, if Barco gave it away, but he did whatever he could with that botched snap.
Szymanski back to do the kick. Tyler Szymanski. Check, that's not. That's number 21. Made that kick a low line drive kick. That was 21 Stefina. And Scarborough recovers, and we bring it down to about the 52-yard line where number 9 is tossed out of bounds. And number 9 is Keel Warren for the Thunder.
Yeah, good speed there for Warren as he gets right back into Chatham-Kent territory on that return. So after the Cougars defense able to contain Scarborough's offense the first time around, another chance here for Scarborough in a scoreless football game about halfway through the first quarter, and a nice autumn night for some football under the lights. And now we're getting marched back quite a bit down the field.
I don't know what happened on that one. That was a. They're going deep. Thunder first down, but it's going to be like almost back to Scarborough is where they've taken the ball.
Holy moly! Getting back on the bus, continuing the game up there. Didn't see the call, but what a massive penalty against the Thunder.
1st and 10 for Scarborough at the 33-yard line.
Looks like that was a 20-yard march back there against Scarborough.
I'll tell you something in a second. It might have been for talking or something. As Sam pulls it back, hands it off, and great play on that is making the tackle on that was it's like number 32 for the Cougars, Peyton Denemy. So early in the junior varsity game, Cougars team was penalized for us talking in the announcer's booth.
That's what you were saying to me earlier off the air.
Never seen that before in my life. But, yeah, the referee threw the flag, went over, told the coaches, came back, told us basically shut up.
You say that all the time, right? Packers 10-yard penalty because Jim Nantz is talking too much on CBS.
Exactly.
Okay, can you just stop? Tony Romo's yakking too much. You're getting penalized. You learn something new every day. You're never too old to learn stuff in football.
You are correct. As Sam rolls back, rolls right, and he got some good speed, good legs, but he's being pursued and gets the throw off. And he was nailed in good pursuit by number 45, Emil Gweg Shagnosh Diaz. Shagnosh Diaz he was on a mission.
And that was almost a miraculous throw and catch there for Scarborough, but it falls incomplete. But still to get that football out, and a great throw down the field, just falling incomplete.
So it's 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for the Thunder. And once again, Cougars back. Once again, you have number 8, Tyler Szymanski, number 9, Brett Wegerson. They're returning the ball. Both have great wheels. We saw Wegerson the kick to the first time. They're going to come to Szymanski this time, I'm guessing, and because he had some great wheels, and yes, they do. And Wegerson's going to take that. No, Szymanski has a bobble through his hands, picks it up. scoots past 2 tackles and is finally met and taken down at about the 33-yard line, we'll call it. And they just kind of squirted through. Couldn't get a good grip on it.
It was just an unfortunate hop there for Szymanski, but he did a good job to recover and get some positive yards on the run back, which could have been a lot more scary for the Cougars. But now they'll have some fairly decent field position on their second attempt now on offense. Still scoreless, so the defense is coming up big early in this game.
Both sides, some great D, and once again, Barco's going to try and get things rolling. Got one guy in the backfield. Barco set of the shotgun. Receivers start up. Barco hands off to Szymanski. Szymanski cuts up. Great cut by Szymanski, and he's off. He's gone one man to beat, and he's taken down. A flag is on the play, taken down at the 50-yard line, the Scarborough 50-yard line. Wow. He got some wheels, doesn't he?
He certainly did, and he knew right off the start, like before he even got the handoff, he knew what he was going to do with that football. And now we'll see how the flag is going to factor in to that great running play for the Cougars. And doesn't look like they're going to march it back. Looks like this is going to be against Scarborough.
So let's see how far they pace it back. That referee sure getting some exercise tonight. The judge for walking there, isn't he?
Gets his steps in. He's got his Fitbit going tonight.
They bring it down to about it'll be first and 10 at the 40-yard line for the Cougars.
So
Barco
accentuating that Szymanski run. So that's a little bit of a cherry on top for the Cougars.
Oh, yeah. Barco set. Little change of plays at the last second. A little piece of advice with Benoit, Brandon Benoit. But here they are. Not whistled in yet. First and 10 at the 40-yard line for the Cougars. Here they go. Offensive line, huge for the Chatham-Kent Cougars.
They've had a great start to the game.
Barco set to throw, and wow. He sidestepped one, but not the other. He's sacked. Taking him back at about the 46-yard line. Loss of 6 yards. That first guy whizzed past him, number 22, I believe. It was going so fast I hardly saw his number, Nathan Greenlee.
Yeah, the front line of the defense for Scarborough, they were on a mission there, and not a lot that Barco could have done. And it looks like he will drop back 5, maybe 6. So second, and a long way to go here. So another uphill climb for the Cougars on offense.
So second and 15. Barco set. He's going to guess there's going to be a throw on this play. Well, Szymanski had big gain last time, but Szymanski the lone back. Receivers in motion. Barco back. Fires it up through the middle. Big hit. And looking for good. Nice block and cutting up through. That's Benoit. Benoit gets a first down and a little bit more. Taken down about the 23-yard line. What a little pellet by Barco there.
Great speed after the catch, and a good job there by Sheehan, too. I think he was the one with the block to help out that passing play. And some good space along that right side of the field for a big play. And that's what we've been looking for early in this football game. Maybe that's going to get the Cougars offense going, that little spark to move the offense along still in a scoreless game.
It's always nice to put something on the board early in that first quarter, right? So
yes.
As Barco set, Oswegers check that, hands the ball off and busting free and getting close to a first down. That was number 21, Logan Stefina, whereas number 21 for the Cougars.
Couple of big runs for Stefina early in this game. And they're marching down there. They're getting close to the end zone. And this will be a second and very short. I think they have less than a yard to move the chains here.
Yeah, second in inches. He's got his protractor out to measure that one. That's how short that one is.
Haven't seen one of those in 30 years.
I'm surprised you even knew what it was because you're so young.
I just looked it up on Wikipedia, actually.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Barco hands it off to Stefina again. Stefina busts through, and he's still got those legs pumping. Good run by Stefina. Takes it down to about the 6-yard line. And the Cougars pressing here with 3:29 left in the scoreless first quarter.
I think no one's surprised they went on the ground with that one with just half a yard to go, and Stefina way more than expectation there as he just rolled past everybody. And now that football at around the 5-yard line. Good opportunity here for the Cougars. Far and away the best scoring opportunity for either side tonight.
Just keeping those legs pumping. He's just so good at that. As once again, Barco has got Stefina, the lone back. Sets him beside him. Hands off to Stefina again. Stefina cuts left. The loft tackle and gets it to about the 2-yard line before he's pushed back by linebackers, linemen, everybody who they could think of, bringing the kitchen sink at him.
Well, handing it off to Stefina, certainly working so far here tonight. And on 2nd and goal from the 2, you have to wonder if they're going to deviate from that plan or just keep pushing Stefina right up the middle and pushing the pack, hopefully, into the end zone.
Why fix it if it ain't broke, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Just keep plugging.
Had a great first quarter.
And that off tackle they seem to find a hole there, that they just seem to be pushing those tackles around a little bit, get that little hole in there. So Stefina once again out of the eye here. Barco again fakes the stuff to Stefina. Barco hangs on to the ball. He cuts and he gets fumbles, and Scarborough picks it up. They're going back the other way. And finally, they still got the ball.
Wow. My
goodness. He's a big one who's got it. I don't know if he's got the speed, and he's finally taken down in front of the Cougars bench at the 40-yard line, but a huge fumble recovery as Barco's still on the field. Flags are down.
Well after the play, of course, but that was 40 yards away from being the absolute worst possible outcome.
And somebody from the Cougars, it looks like number 20, is very upset with the officials. Owen Barr, very, very upset at the officials. He's right in the official's face, screaming at him as his quarterback was knocked down on the play. And as we'll get this mess sorted out, but Barco fumbled, and the big lineman picked it up and he had some big wheels for a transport truck running down the outside sideline there.
Yeah, they tried a little trickery to punch it in from the 2-yard line. They lose the football. They run it all the way down the field, and it finally rested the 40-yard line. But, man, what a turn of events in the blink of an eye for the Cougars.
Of course, we can't see because it's about as far away in the darkest spot of the field as you can get from the broadcast booth. But big play. Great defensive play, defensive pressure by Scarborough. And Barco, the keeper there, thought he was just going to do the old naked bootleg off to the left, and he was met with lots of resistance by the Purple squad.
So they're still talking over this infraction here on the field along the far side. But the flag come flying out far after the turnover towards the end of the play. My goodness, right when the Cougars were knocking on the door and had their best offensive drive of the evening so far. That's how quickly a game can turn around. Still very early in the football game, minute 53 to go in the first quarter. And the refs are still talking this one over, trying to see where they're pointing at.
The Cougars' defense has been tremendous, so we'll see who's coming on the field, whether it's defense, offense. As finally coaches call them over, have some words with them. And then objectionable conduct against the Cougars after the play.
Let's get going here again.
So that was the defense. The penalties were personal foul Cougars, personal foul Thunder, objectionable conduct Cougars. So Cougars penalized. So they're at the 28-yard line now. So back, Sam puts it up in the air, and he's got he's a gunslinger. And I don't know. That's going to be touchdown. They're calling touchdown. What a catch. Oh, my gosh. What a catch.
I've never seen that before, where he bobbles it about 5 feet in the air, still in motion, still moving, still running, and he comes down with it.
What an arm by Sam. Woo.
Yeah.
He had some stuff on that. What a great throw.
So the receiver gets his fingertips on it, bobbles it, but still has great concentration and comes down with it in the end zone. Man, oh, man, you're not going to find a play like that in any level of football very often.
Scarborough up 6-0. That was huge.
That's the tone setter right there.
I couldn't see.
I couldn't see either, yeah. The visibility's really cut down about 35, 40% of those numbers.
Or 80%. My
prescription's brand new.
As point after is no good. Don't see
Hard
the
to tell from this angle,
arms
isn't
up.
it?
That was number 72, Luca Belcastro. Oh, so he did put it through. So
I think
it is
good. Yeah.
Luca Belcastro is the kicker for Scarborough.
39 left in the first.
And so the Cougars down 7-0 early after the fumble, and that was a huge play though. Fumble and off that naked bootleg, and then the big lineman running their back, fumbling back.
Talk about a 180 spin in the blink of an eye, where the Cougars just literally on the doorstep of the end zone of the 2-yard line and trying to punch it in. It looked like they had a bit of a shift in what they were going to go with to run it in, and then they bobble it, and before you know it, it's a touchdown now for the visitors from Scarborough.
Szymanski and Wegerson looking to change that very quickly. Two speedsters in the backfield to receive for the kickoff from this number 22 for the Thunder, which is Nathan Greenlee. And here they go. Left-handed kick, short kick, and picking it up and gaining about a yard on that run back. That was number 52 for the Cougars. Trayvon Mulder. So Mulder doesn't think he sees a lot of action with the ball, but he made the beautiful catch and
he was
held on to her.
Right place at the right time, and he was able to get the sure hands up there and get a few yards on the run back. So a nice field position here for the Cougars, but now you're in a position where you really would like to answer back here. We're still late in the first quarter. Lots of time to go, but your opening field position is only going to take you so far. You have to hang on to the football.
Yes, you do. Trayvon Mulder, so he's the special teams, obviously defense, but out there for special teams, so he's got to have the good hands beyond the special teams. As Barco, another flag on the play. Barco tosses out of the flats. And good run and first down and more. Couldn't see who it was. Looked like number 9, Wegerson on the far side, but it
I think
was
you're right.
Wegerson on the far side.
You are right. So some good speed and good hands there by Wegerson early in this football game. Some good blocking, too.
Let's see what that flag was about, though. Peter Cralo has been working out because he's throwing those flags all over the place tonight, man. Let me tell you. Looks like they're picking up the flag. I slipped out of his pocket or something.
Yeah, they're going to move the chains. Yep. Now a fair bit into Scarborough territory, so a nice offensive play there by the Cougars, and they're going to have to just shake off and forget that last sequence on offense and try and get back onto even terms here.
Let's see if they can answer back here. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Flag up again and hands it off. And once again, oh my gosh, running up right up through there's Logan Stefina, and he's just a horse. He went through, he got it close to a first down, very close to a first down.
Let's see if it sticks here. We've seen a fair share of penalties so far in this first quarter.
Holy cow, there's more flags than United Nations out there.
He's here all night, folks.
That's right. Be sure to tip your waiters and waitresses. As I think he called it for the measurement. So the chain gang is going to run out. And that's the other thing I saw in the first game. First time I've ever seen a player get tripped by the chain gang.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
oh, no.
The chain gang come out and he tried to skip over and he tripped.
Oh, no. You saw everything in the game.
It was quite a game.
Sorry, I missed it.
The no streakers, but everything else was here.
Well, we still have lots of the night here left, so stay tuned.
As the measurement, and it is a first down. Signaled by referee Cralo. And the flag has been discarded again.
It's a windy day, but I didn't think it was that windy to bring all these flags out of the pockets.
Flags blowing all over the place.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
As once again, Barco set. Handed off. Stefina cuts through. finds a hole, gets up, and Stefina gain of probably about 8 yards for there. As, again, it could be another fumble here, and looking like a recovery from the,
Big cluster out there. I'm not sure.
again, another recovery for the Thunder.
Recovered by the Thunder.
I'll get it to her. She's already got.
Looks like the offense for the Cougars just absolutely unlucky.
Yeah, they
And
just can't
maybe a
hang
little
on
bit
to
of
the ball.
butterfingers in the opening quarter here.
1.7 seconds left in this first quarter. And Sam gets his troops all in motion, ready to roll. And boy, he can throw the ball, can he?
Absolutely. We've seen a couple of cannons, and he's a pretty mobile quarterback too, but that arm is strong.
The buzzer goes, another flag on the play. And he got nowhere there and got there fast. Cougars defense. At the end of the first quarter, it's 7-0. The Scarborough Thunder leading the Chatham-Kent Cougars. See what that flag's for, Michael? As Peter Cralo goes over, it looks like an offside call against Chatham. So they'll march it off, but they got to move the chains now. Second quarter action coming right up. As Sam set to go in the last play of the first quarter, can't end on a penalty. He rumbles through with a running back. It's a short gain of probably about 3 more yards, almost to a first down, 4 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 1 at the end of the quarter. So now they're going to switch the chains around.
Teams changing sides into the second quarter. 7-0 lead for Scarborough over the Cougars, and a couple of big turnovers for Chatham-Kent, hindering them so far here tonight. And a scramble by the quarterback, Sam, trying to look down the field, and good coverage here by the defense of Chatham-Kent. And Sam forced out behind the 40-yard line. So good job by the coverage on D for Chatham-Kent, and able to slow Sam down a little bit. He had a very good first quarter.
Oh, he did. Sebastian Moreno knocked him out of bounds there. Good pursuit by Moreno to get up there and take him down.
Looks like he's maybe favoring that left leg a little bit. Now he pops up and he'll go back into the huddle.
His shoe was off.
That was good. That's a good reason to go down and kind of regroup a little bit.
And down, you got to get these kids Velcro, right?
Just playing sock feet. Sock feet is fine. It's a dry day. 7-0 for the Thunder. They've got the football. And about 8 yards to go. Still in their own territory. Looking to get a little bit more breathing room. Early in this football game still. Both sides of the crowd now is trying to pump up their respective teams. Sam looking down the field. Now he'll go on foot, and he's got a hole along the right-hand side. He's got first down and lots more as he dives past midfield. And we've talked about the arm of Sam, and now how about the speed and the feet of that quarterback? He is almost Lamar Jackson-like on that play.
What a great athlete. You know what? He read their defense perfectly. The ends overcommitted. They came in, and Sam busted through the middle, had lots of running room, and raced straight up, and first down.
Good vision down the field by the quarterback, Sam. First down and a whole lot more. It's a good field position now for the Scarborough Thunder. Kairis Sam, the quarterback for the visitors. From the Cougars' 54-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground once again, churning his legs and getting past the 50-yard line. Is number 58. That's Tyler Bussey on the carry. He's got some Good yardage on 1st and 10. He gets maybe about 5 on that run.
Once again, Moreno on the tackle there, and also up on that tackle was Braden Charbonneau. It's funny, I don't know if they've got what they do in Scarborough or whatever, but the first kid's last name and the junior varsity quarterback's last name was Chuck. There's Braden Chuck, and this kid's Sam, so 2 first names, I don't know.
You know what they say. Actually, I don't know what they say. I just thought I'd say that. I have no idea.
Good. 2 first names are good quarterbacks.
Oh, exactly. That's what I meant to say, yeah. Now a little bit of confusion. Well behind the line of scrimmage. Great job in the pressure of the defense for Chatham-Kent. And it looked like quarterback Sam was a little bit unsure what to do with the football there. And with the indecisiveness, in comes the D. And Chatham-Kent able to push that football back. I think about 6-yard loss there.
A great pursuit again. And you know who's in on that? You're not going to be surprised. Shagnash Diaz. He's got some speed and just a great defender. And also on that tackle was number 7, Kenton Millard.
We've seen both of those young men coming up through the system for years in the Cougars. And here they are in the varsity team.
It's called the program.
In the program.
Because the system seems like it's coming through like freaking prison system or something like that. Like
through the system. Through the program. That's very nice. That's a better way to put it. Better way to put it. 3rd down. And a country mile here for the Scarborough Thunder. They'll boot it away in a 7-0 lead. 8:23 to go in the first half.
Goes back to kick his goal, number 22, Greenlee. Good boot. Wow. Good hang time.
High up in the air, comes down around the 25-yard line. He just stays in bounds.
I don't know if he did. I thought he was out of bounds, but
Wegerson on the carry back. And the coverage for Scarborough not giving Wegerson very much room at all to move down the field. So it's going to be around the 25-yard line for the Cougars. So they have a lot of the football field ahead of them. And still looking to get any points on the board here tonight, down 7-0.
You know what? Barco, though, very talented. They've got talented running backs. Jeepers. I just can't say how solid number 21, Stefan, has been tonight, and he's been amazing. And, of course, you get Szymanski. This Cougars football team is a very good football team, so they just got to keep grinding away. A couple miscues with the fumbles have really hurt them in the first half.
That's really been the story of the first half. That's where the successes come here for Scarborough, those 2 key fumbles. And Cougars just want to hang on to this football and take it down the field. Now the quarterback scrambling a little bit. Barco up the middle. He's got his man Wegerson, and he's got a lot of room ahead of him. He's using his feet. He's getting by everybody. He's going towards the end zone. Can anyone catch him? Down the field. Touchdown Cougars as they get closer. It's a 7-6 football game.
You know what, Mike? Big block by number 23, Corin Stewart, right back here. Stewart threw the block and just knocked the defender off balance enough and created that touchdown. Great play.
That might open things up here for the Cougars now. They needed a play like that after getting snake bitten in that first quarter. As we mentioned, those 2 turnovers, very costly, but they needed a play like that to get that confidence back and, of course, to get them back into this football game as they're 1 kick away from tying this thing up. 7:37 to go. Man, oh, man, in the blink of an eye. We've talked about how quick this can change in favor of both teams so far here tonight.
Great play call on that as well. Just, they see that opening right up the middle, and he cut across the middle, and bang. And awesome throw by Barco.
And now Mulder will try to tie up this football game on the kick. Good snap. The kick is up, and it is... Looks to be through. 7-7 football game.
Good boot by Mulder. This kid's got some skills.
We've seen him on different facets of the game here in this first half. And we have a brand new football game. So that's going to do a lot for the psyche of the Cougars. Yes, we're back tied 7-7, but just some tough luck in that first quarter, giving the football away a couple of times. So they really needed that short drive, short in time, long down the field, to get back up here. And so maybe the confidence will spike quite a bit here for Chatham-Kent and give them a renewed sense of, hey, we're right back in this football game.
Yeah, you know what? And they are. They're back in the game. And the Cougars, they've just got such a big boost by that. And their defense has been tremendous today. And just those 2 fumbles, that's all that has hurt the Cougars. So, well-coached team, and I'm liking their chances the way they're playing football here. as they set the kick. And once again, Mulder going to give it the boot.
From the 45, and another good kick. Comes along the left side of the field. Rests on the turf for a few seconds. Finally picked up. Nowhere to go on the return. That was Elijah Brown, and he had nowhere to go. Good job. Good swarming there by the Cougars.
Downtown Elijah Brown. And guess who took him down? Number 23, Corin Stewart.
He can do it all.
Corin Stewart's he's not large in stature, but boy, he's in there everywhere.
He's so
No
valuable
fear.
on this Cougars football team and has been for a while now. And that's another one that's going to give a boost to a Cougars team. Great coverage on the kick downfield. And now Scarborough will have the football. It looks like inside the 30 of the 26-yard line.
Look at the front four here. You've got Mulder. You've got a number 77, Hemming that is, who is a monster. You got Shugnash Diaz, and as well out there, I believe that's number 83, Sheehan.
Yeah, along the right side, man, oh man, they've got some size up
Huge.
front. And now, is this a timeout?
Yep.
They've whistled it down. It looks like timeout for Scarborough. And a bunch of sevens on the board. 7-7 tie, 7:07 to go in this second quarter.
Actually, 85 is Bellamy on that, I believe. Cam Bellamy.
On the right side?
Yes. Just like they're a beast. Look how huge they are.
They are. And from this angle, you don't really notice it on the surface. It's just when they turn a certain angle, then you realize how much size they have up front.
So we get ready to go. The 7:07.
Back at the 26-yard line for Scarborough in a 7-7 tie. Looked like some early movement, but no flag on the field from what I can see.
A little trickery there, eh?
Yeah, a little bit.
They didn't even straight snap to number 22 on the play, who is Greenlee, rather than firing it to Sam.
And it looks like they get up to the 30-yard line, I do believe. And just a 2-yard pickup there.
2nd and 8, and that was a little trickery going right to Greenlee and bypassing quarterback Sam. But boy, Sam's quite an athlete, so you're not going to see him sitting out too many of these plays, trying to fool the Cougars, and it did not work. Defense was right on the button. And once again
Big
to
flag
Greenlee.
come out.
Lots of flags all over the place. I think that's where your early movement is. Renz, you mentioned it last time, and
I was a play ahead of the time, that's all.
What else is new?
You're see
you're
the
there all the
future.
time like that.
2nd and 8, and we'll see if they march this football back.
Is that a procedure call?
Early indication is that's what it's going to be, so that favors the Cougars here.
And yes, they're walking backwards. Peter Kralo, like I said earlier, getting his steps in tonight.
Tried to fail me twice in high school.
He tried.
He tried his hardest.
See those three guys on the sidelines? Let's give them a round of applause for being out there, because without them, this game wouldn't be possible. All right, we're doing pick that back up.
So it'll be 2nd, and you're looking at 2nd and probably about 8 yards. And they're still chatting a little bit, and they're going to do some walking. He's a walk-in.
Oh, now we're at the night where Gary sings.
Yes.
Nothing good's going to come from this.
You know it's a late day when. Oh, they're walking against Chatham. So that's against Cougars. So there's going to be a first down, and he's not walking, he's jogging. So it's a lot of yards when they go on a run there. All right up to the 50-yard line, so that's 25-yard penalty.
That's huge.
You know what? I don't even know what it was for. We'll see if Peter Kralo comes over and tells us what it was for. After we got penalized for talking in the earlier game, it could have been for, I don't know, having your shirt untucked. I don't know.
Now he senses what we're saying.
No, it's
we're
your
mocking
fault,
him.
right? Renne's up there.
Yeah.
I tried to fail him. I'm going to give a penalty now.
Second sizable penalty of this game here.
Whistles it back in.
50-yard line, first down, and a big gift there for Scarborough. in a 7-7 tie. 6 minutes and counting left in the first half.
Receivers in motion.
And here's Sam looking down the field. Lots of pressure, and now he escapes one tackle, but he can't escape that other second pressure, trying to see who brought him down for the Cougars.
Shignosh Diaz.
Oh, man.
You're not going to get away from him.
He is a beast. And that's a big play there for the Cougars. So second down and a long way. Look, but second and 15 for Scarborough here. So Shagnosh Diaz with a huge defensive play. And there was just nowhere to go for the QB there.
Yeah, Shagnosh Diaz is just brilliant. He just I'm going to start calling him Frank Castle. He's the Punisher. He's just all over the place. You can't get away from him. Shagnosh Diaz is amazing.
Sam down the field again. More pressure by the Cougars, and that is a completed pass to 22, but nowhere close to the yardage needed. It was hauled in by Nathan Greenlee of Scarborough, but that is still about 6, maybe 7 yards shy of the first down. So a third down here at midfield for Scarborough. So an interesting call's coming up here.
Third down, and they got a kick. It's just too far down there. They can't. I don't. Then again, I've made bad calls like that before. I would say you have to kick the ball.
I think they're in the kicking formation. They're going to punt it away.
And once again, you got Wiggers into the backfield and Szymanski. Szymanski hasn't let loose tonight, Renz, and when he does,
he's due.
He's going to be like Hulk Hogan. He's going to run wild all over them.
We've seen a good run back or two from Wegerson.
Right to Szymanski.
And there's Szymanski's turn here as he picks it up deep in his own zone. And look at this. He gets past a couple.
Block. Beautiful
He's
block
away.
there.
No, maybe.
Scooted past another one. And finally, they hauled him in from behind. Oh, my gosh.
Midfield.
Hustling him down to get that was Jaden Morris. But Tyler Szymanski, I thought he was going to cut it loose.
I thought so. He was getting past everybody, and he makes it up to midfield, but looked like he was primed to go down the field for 6 points. But they'll take it. Great field position here for the Cougars right at midfield, and a tie football game. 4:20 left to go in this first half. Lots of time here for the Cougars as they look to get a little bit stronger as this game's going on. And again, as we mentioned, Gary, the bunch of times, hanging on to the football seems to be what the Cougars need to do for success here tonight.
It's a cold night, though, too. Maybe the hands are a little bit chilly and just a little frostbite on the old hands.
We'll get the warmers out at halftime.
Once again, roll it back. Barco. And right there, he had nobody. He turned around. Great. And I would love to throw numbers at you for Scarborough, but my gosh, Barco was met by a bunch of them. But big number 98 was the guy who took him down. That's Ethan Greer. Holy cow.
Nowhere to go for Barco, and that's a huge loss. I think that's about a 10-yard drop. So you're looking at a second down and maybe 20-21.
Yeah, he's going to have to call an Uber to get to a first down on this one.
It's a 30-minute wait.
But you know what? Last time, that's what the time the touchdown.
That's true, yeah.
Coming through the center, and boom, gone. So, no stranger to this. Barco, just the right call, right play call. And got trips right.
Out of the gun. He will look downfield, and now some more pressure by Scarborough. Down the field he goes. However, jump ball, and it's intercepted by Scarborough. And it's number 2 for the Thunder. That's Elijah Brown. We've called his name a couple of times here tonight. And Brown with the INT. So that will snuff out any kind of hope there offensively for the Cougars.
Barco slipped on that play. I'm not going to make any excuses for the quarterback. It was underthrown, but he slipped when he went to plant his foot. And so that was really – that was a big cause of that. And just fired the ball as far as he could go. But Brown read the play perfectly, stepped in, took the interception. Scarborough's going to try and march back up the field. But the Cougars' defense has been absolutely tremendous tonight as we sit here, 7-7 with 3:20 left in the second quarter. Gary Patterson, Mike Renier, and we'll bring you Cougar action here on TV Kojiko and Cougar Channel on. Sounds almost like a television show. Cougar Channel
tonight on ABC. It's Cougar Channel. I don't know why it's ABC, but just the first thing I thought of. as it's Scarborough football in a 7-7 tie. Sam getting out of trouble as he ducks up the middle. Now he scampers off to the left-hand side trying to turn the corner, and he's still on his feet. How is he still going?
Threw a big stiff arm there, and on number 22, Burgoon. Christian Burgoon felt the stiff arm of Sam there.
45-yard line. Man, oh, man, what an athlete Sam is. And far and away a first down run by Sam for the Thunder with 2:47 to go in this first half. And they've got the momentum going right now, and it's a 7-7 tie.
He's a solid young man, Sam is, and you know what? Just talented. He's got the great sports sense and very natural ability, and he's going to be the hard guy to bring down. But Shugnash Diaz is on the case.
That's true. That's true. Kairis Sam, quarterback for Scarborough. Football to 45 as he will hand it off this time up the middle, and good job. Somehow he bounces off the tackle and it gets a second life and up to the 45-yard line. So the Cougars able to recover and get a good tackle after a minimal gain, if any. So good job there by the Cougars defense, but not without trying there for Scarborough on the ground.
And you know what? Great run. I didn't see who got him there because it happened on the dark side of the moon, but it was, you know what, a great tackle. And Greenlee bounced off one defender and tried to keep rolling right, but the Cougars just maintained pursuit and hauled them in with no gain.
So now this is a big play for the Cougars D, second and about 9.5. They'd love the football back before halftime. On the ground once again, and the Cougars, great job. Two of them bringing down the running back for Scarborough. That was Hamad Alenzi with the carry. He had nowhere to go.
Millard was right there. Millard just flew in, number 7, and he sniffed that play out, and wow. So that they held him. They held him to no yards on 2 plays there. So 2 plays. So good job by the D.
Still have 2 minutes left to work with here in this opening half. 2:01 left on the clock. But 3 turnovers for the Cougars. That has hampered them greatly in this opening half of football.
Yeah, with 3 turnovers, they're pretty fortunate to be still tied at 7.
Absolutely,
You know what?
2 fumbles and an INT. We'll have to clean that up in the locker room at halftime. And he takes his time kicking it away, but a nice kick high in the air. Brought down by Wiggerson of the Cougars. Pardon me, sorry, that was number 8. 8 and 9 look very similar. But Szymanski gets the assignment that time, and the football will come across the 30-yard line to around the 34 with 1:44 to work with. So still some time on the clock.
8 and 9 do look similar out there, the twin backs, and they're both afraid of number 7, Millard. Because
Who wouldn't be?
Because 7, 8, 9.
Okay. However, Millard also is a bit frightful.
The old dad joke of all time.
I know. I didn't see that one coming, so I'm ashamed of myself.
First and down, 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. And, again, you know what? This is where the Cougars really have to, on this first down. It's the first down where they got to gain some yards and gives them some confidence and some options when it comes to the second yard. And they got to stay away from penalties, too.
Now they faked the handoff once, but now they do hand it off, and a minimal loss on that play. It dropped a yard on that play as they try to go up the middle. And good coverage on the front line there for Scarborough.
I don't know what they're trying to do for that. Well, they're trying to form a draw play or something, but it looks like he almost handed off to the wrong side, and Stefina came on his left side, and he tried to hand it off to his right side. So
looks
a
like
little confusion maybe.
Miscommunication, I believe. So second down and 11 for the Cougars. Clock running at 1:25 left to play in the first half. And it's 7-7 tie. On the ground they go once again. They hand it off, and once again up the middle. Still on his feet. Wow, look at him go up the middle. First down run and more. Close to the 50-yard line.
Tyler Szymanski.
Oh, my goodness. It looked like he was down after about a 4-yard gain, but he keeps his legs pumping. And that is going to be a huge player for the Cougars. Man, oh, man. So we're talking about the 8-9 combo for the Chatham-Kent Cougars on offense, and I think they're going to be heavily used in the second half.
Oh, my gosh. That was, again, what great runners. Like, Szymanski has always been a great runner. Mm-hmm. And he's just such a big force. And he got some help with the line there, too, giving it a little push.
First down for the Cougars, again on the ground. Churning,
Look at that.
still on
Almost
his
a
feet,
first down.
almost a first down run, almost 9 yards on that run. Great job by the Cougars on the ground.
He had at least 4 guys hanging off him, and Szymanski just kept trucking. Or was that number 9?
He will emerge from the pile soon. No, I think that was 8. That was Szymanski.
Yeah, it was Szymanski.
Yep.
Holy cow. He just kept – just a beast.
He's just getting
kept rolling.
stronger as this game's going on.
Looks like we're going to get second, a little under a yard.
51 seconds to go and a timeout here. After the timeout, Cougars second down and very short, 42 seconds and counting left in the first half in a 7-7 tie. As they will go to the air, short slant pass along the near side. It's Wegerson with the reception past the 45-yard line. Brett Wegerson with a big reception. Now 30 seconds remain on the clock.
So they're in their hurry-up offense, obviously, and Szymanski runs off the sidelines. Get some instruction. Let's see what they're going to do here. This was from Mike Smith, I believe, is their coordinator. Szymanski coming in. They're going to feed it off. Look for the big play here, Mike, because they can do that. They've got the wheels. And the old Scarborough, that's what they're looking for. They've got to be looking for the big play, so they got to definitely have a little bit of a bend in their defense.
A little prevent going on the left side. We've seen them go big a couple of times already in this football game. 30 seconds remain on the clock.
And they know they've got the big playmakers, too. When Szymanski and everybody, they're all big playmakers here.
As we wait to get them going here.
Because Wegerson and Szymanski, they both got wheels, and they can both fire it up.
From the 43. Be a big boost going into the locker room at halftime if they're able to get some points on the board. Especially a major score. Here's Barco. He drops back, looks down the field, surveys. Now he's in a bit of trouble. Scampering to his right, now his left, and nowhere to go. Brought down, and a big loss. I think that looked like number 98, I do believe, Ethan Greer, who's got some size.
But what's the speed of Greer, eh? He's got some – for a big man, he can move.
Absolutely.
That's a kid you're going to see playing university ball sometime.
So a huge sack, literally and figuratively, by Greer and the folks from Scarborough. And so this is going to set up a second and a long, long way here with 22 seconds left in the second quarter. And now we're talking about big plays.
There might be more because I'm looking at your former teacher, and he looks like he wants to count off some yards here. Peter Kralo, the referee, and we'll see what happens. I didn't see a flag, but he looks like he's reaching into his notebook, and he's
Barco coming back out in the field in the huddle.
Oh, so we're just good to go wherever it is. So he's not going to call him back. 22 seconds left. Pretty much time for the bomb here, right? We got 2 plays.
I think you're looking at down the field for sure. And it looks like Scarborough is certainly expecting the same.
This is where the D-line has to really step up and protect your quarterback.
Again, big pressure on the defense. Barco down the middle and overthrown between the wickets of the intended receiver. That was going to number 83, Sheehan. And that was about half a foot to 8 inches too high for Sheehan to bring that one down.
Great idea. It was a great play, but it executed because he had lots of room once he was through, right? But Sheehan just couldn't grasp that pass. He either needed to be 5 yards further down the field or had to be thrown a little bit shorter.
A little bit lighter, just a touch.
Or he could have been 6 inches taller.
Right. And that doesn't happen too often, just to the snap of your fingers.
Can't teach size anymore. I'll tell you, these kids.
Back in my day.
When you could teach size. But, I'm impressed with these Cougars, and they're not giving up. And it's 7-7 after 3 bad miscues. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty good to be right here in this game.
They have to consider themselves lucky, and they'll have to work on some adjustments. And certainly hanging on to the football will be one of the things we'll talk about at halftime as they boot this one away. But no, it's blocked. A block by Scarborough. And that's going to be right at the 51-yard line of the Cougars. 4.5 seconds to work with in the half.
You know what? Scarborough came charging. The key so far for Chatham-Kent has been their defense. Their defense has been absolutely monstrous, and they're stopping Scarborough. So,
and they've had to be. After all those offensive turnovers, the defense has had to come to their rescue.
Kudos to these kids.
Absolutely, and they've risen to the occasion. And we'll see what the second half will bring, but there's still a little bit of time left until halftime.
So they've got 14.5 seconds Scarborough and Sammy to work with. Sam has to work with 14.5 seconds, and he can make it happen.
I leaned to my right, and one of the uprights was actually blocking the one on the clock. I actually thought there was 4.5 seconds left, but I lean over, and you're absolutely right. So a bit more time on the clock than I thought for Scarborough to work with here, and they go down the field.
Oh,
what a throw, and it falls incomplete.
Great play by the defender. That was number 3 for the Cougars, jumping up there. Braden Charbonneau, he made up about 2 yards and got a hand on it. Wow.
Isaiah Lorraine was the intended receiver for Scarborough, and he was right there.
Another first name, Lorraine.
Right.
Sam and Lorraine.
Lorraine.
Sounds like a nice couple from the suburbs.
Great at football, too. Great football combo. A very talented receiver, too. And as you mentioned, just a very nice defensive play there by the Cougars. And that's going to be
defense huge. Has been brilliant. Cougars D has been brilliant tonight. You know what? That's keeping them in the game.
Mm-hmm.
If their offense can get firing, then that's what they need to do.
5.8 seconds. I've checked. No impediment from the uprights. And that is a completed pass for Scarborough. And some yards after the catch here, brought in by number 46 for Scarborough. That is Alexander Codescu. And Codescu will pretty much bring us to halftime here.
Halftime.
In a 7-7 football game.
Sounds good. As we get ready to go for the second half, third quarter underway, it's 7-7, the Chatham-Kent Cougars against the Scarborough Thunder, and Gary Patterson, Mike Grenier, Renz. Definitely defense has been key for Chatham in the first half.
Absolutely. They need to have a good first half with the 3 turnovers on offense, 2 fumbles, one of them very deep in enemy territory. They had it at the 2-yard line of Scarborough and coughed it up. 3 turnovers in total as well. You throw in an INT, so you can't say enough about the defense to keep this a very close football game, and hopefully they've worked it out at halftime.
Greenlee kicks off, and picking it up is Tyler Szymanski cuts up the middle, gets a block, gains another 3 or 4 yards. Finally, he's gang tackled by several of the Thunder, and to thundering applause from their fans with 11:50 left in this third quarter. Szymanski sets things up for first down at the 40-yard line.
So we'll see how Szymanski and Wiggerson are factored into the plays here in the second half. They were certainly big contributors offensively in that first half with some big plays, and I don't think you want to mess with that formula.
No, not at all. You know what? It's amazing that once this offense pops, it will pop. Mm-hmm. And these guys can fly, and some great skilled players. And Barco, again, he's just got to get these guys rolling, and he can. Barco hands off, and that's to Stefina. Stefina bumbles and rumbles and gets pushed to about a gain of about 8 yards.
I'm sure at halftime they were saying,
Almost
you know
9.
what, boys, we were really much into this football game. If it wasn't for those turnovers, we might have a 10, 14-point lead right now. So this could be a very different-looking football game if not for those 2 or 3 miscues. So other than that, just kind of stay the course with the play calling, and hopefully things will go a little bit better for them in the second half, and they can come away with the W.
Stay the course and hang on to the darn football.
Please hang on to the football.
As Barco sets, hands it off once again, and oh my goodness, he was met right there, and that's a loss of about 2 yards. So it brings up a third down for the Cougars, and again they'll kick away. He's got third and almost 5.
Defensive line was ready for Scarborough. They knew that was coming right from the word go. And they will get the football back here with just a couple minutes into this second half. So maybe not the ideal start on offense the Cougars were looking for in this tie football game.
As the Cougs get ready to kick off and ready to punt away. Got it all set up. And it's a fake play. And they throw it off first down. As great play. As it was a fake punt and getting the first down on that scampering was number 3, Braden Charbonneau. But the flag is down on the play. But wait, there's more. A flag on the play. They snapped that right to, I believe it was right to Logan Stefina, and it looks like they picked up the flag. So first down, Cougars. A little trickery up their sleeve.
Wow, that was
Selwyn
great.
Jordan, what are you thinking?
Little nervous when that flag came right out of the ref's pocket. But that is going to hopefully spark the offense here for the Cougars in this 7-7 tie. So there's some tricks in the old playbook for the Cougars, and that just worked out wonderfully for Chatham-Kent.
So that brings it down to 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Horands, yeah, that kind of brings a little juice into this game, doesn't it?
That's not bad. We didn't see any of that kind of stuff in the first half, so it's all about changing things up and giving a different look for the defense of Scarborough. Now they might be left guessing a little bit more.
Barco, he fires it off out to the flats again. They're picking on that now. And I'm not sure who that was who he fired it off to, but they're close to a first down again. If they didn't get a first down, they're very close.
Nice little swing pass along the left-hand side, a gain of 8.
Looks like could have been to Wiggerson.
Now an injured Scarborough Thunder player along the far side of the field. And we'll have a timeout.
Second down and about 2 yards here after a great play. To number 9 for the Cougars, Wegerson. Back again. Barco rolls back, and he's got some company, though. It's a purple jersey. He's going to hang on to it and run. And he cuts to the left, and he's got a first down and more. Barco, good scamper, and he's down at about almost the 5-yard line, close to the 5-yard line, in the very far corner. And Drew Barco had ran out of options as all his receivers were covered. Didn't like that coverage, and he just said, I'm getting out of here.
Incredible vision by Barco, because it looked like he was in a world of trouble behind the line of scrimmage as the young men from Scarborough were bounding in on him very, very quickly, and he somehow saw a seam and he just started running. He's got great wheels.
He ran for his life is what happened.
He did, but he kind of shows his football IQ and his agility.
Big time.
He's got some more wheels than you might imagine him having.
Barco set. Got Stefina in the backfield with him. Hands off to Stefina. Stefina cuts up through the middle. Gain of probably 1 or 2 yards there. And it's got to take it to about the 6 or 7 yards.
By the Thunder defensive line.
Stefina has been used quite a bit here in this football game. Certainly had a lot of carries in that first quarter. And he gives you 100% every time he touches that football. He never stops moving, never stops trying. Great asset on offense for the Cougars.
As Stefina, now watch that little pass out of the flats. They worked that twice for some big plays. And he just hands it off to Szymanski. Szymanski cuts up, and he's there. Touchdown, Cougars! Tyler Szymanski. And that was a great time to play. The snap to Szymanski, tap to Barco, hand off to Szymanski, all in almost the same motion. And Szymanski was gone and cut the corner. Once he turned that corner, he was gone. Great blocking as well. Kudos to the Cougs.
It looks like he gets more dangerous as the play goes on. As time moves on, it looked like he was going to be met right at the line of scrimmage, or maybe only for a gain of 1 or 2, but he just gained steam and just blew through the coverage. And that is a big major score for the Cougars as they take the lead.
You know, that was huge. And you know what? Just, again, he got some great blocks on the left side there. So that left side definitely helped them out big time. They pushed very hard. So now here comes the kick. Trayvon Mulder to put him up by 7. Mulder kick up through, good. And it's 14-7 Cougars. Trayvon Martin. That's a big kick.
It was a big kick and a good effort right out of the gate of halftime there. On both sides of the football, they had a good stand on defense and what a good series there with the football.
Got an injured player down. So the Cougars getting ready to kick off here after a huge touchdown by number 8, Tyler Szymanski. With them at 14-7. And big kick by Mulder. And the Thunder start rolling back. And, number 22, Greenlee, ran right into a couple of arms, open arms there, including number 23, Corin Stewart. And was hauled down at about the 38-yard line, 39-yard line, we'll call it. 1st and 10 for the Thunder. Cougars defense ready to jump into this now.
That's right. Now we'll see how Kayra Sam comes out and responds on offense for Scarborough. We saw some flashes of brilliance with his arm and with his legs as well in that opening half in the first and second quarter. He's a very talented athlete, and we'll see if he can come back and respond for his squad.
Here we go. Again, as Mike said, number 8, Kayra Sam, is the quarterback for the Thunder. Back, quick throw. He's got great speed to get that out there. And I'm going to call it an incomplete pass probably. It might be a fumble. They're calling it a fumble, so the Cougars get it. That pass was meant for number 7. Check that. Not sure the pass was meant for, but on that play diving in was Kenton Millard to knock the ball away. And the Cougars regain command, and this is huge for the Cougs now.
It is. I think there's a little bit of protest going on the Scarborough sideline, but it was hard to see if there was a football move after the catch that would differentiate the incomplete or the fumble. But obviously that call has already been made, and that benefits Chatham-Kent greatly.
And there's no, you can't call to the booth or anything. My original thing, I thought it was incomplete, but look at me, I'm like 9,000 miles away and in the dark. So,
and it was such a bang play too, right?
Once again, back Barco set to throw, and forced out of the pocket and tosses that pass was meant for number 19 for the Cougars, Benoit, but Brandon Benoit just couldn't get it, and Barco was kind of forced to get rid of that, unload that pass early.
A lot of purple jerseys coming up on him very quickly, so he didn't have a lot of time to make a smart decision, and luckily it was not turned over.
The Thunder were there like sharks in the bloody water. They were circling. But 6:48 left in this third quarter, 14-7. The Cougars leading the Scarborough Thunder.
The Cougars want to take advantage of this takeaway, and a big play here on second down.
As you got him in, Barco set. Rolls back. Great coverage, great blocking, and nice pass. And Wegerson climbed the ladder to pull that one down for a first down. That was a little bit high, and he got up.
Wow.
He got up there.
Well, first of all, the catch was amazing, and he used his height to his advantage. He went way up there, too, a vertical leap. And then after the catch, he used his athletic prowess to get what he needed to move the chains. So that was just an all-around amazing play there by the receiver.
And throw in the big play by, like Barco had. He had all the time in the world, so great coverage by the line to give him that time. And, again, just the Cougars line, O&D line have been tremendous today. Tremendous, I'll say.
And now they're starting to have it pay off on the scoreboard as they've pulled ahead 14-7, hoping to get more here.
Barco back, hands it off once again to number 21, Logan Stefina, and he scampers for probably about 3 or 4 yards. Just bulls through like a bull in a china shop. He just pushes through.
He is so strong. And a nice little mix now. The Cougars are mixing up the passing plays and on the ground.
Got to say, dedication, James Clark. He's over in the dark underneath the scoreboard, running the scoreboard because somebody cut the wire, so he has to be over there to do that.
So he has to do it almost manually.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just like Boston, he might be up there changing the numbers for the love of Pete. Clarky, well, good on you, brother.
We'll
we
call
love
him
you.
Fenway Clark.
Exactly. And back, and fakes handoff, rolls out right, has some purple defenders there, and finally Barco is hangs on to the football. That's all he has to do. So taken for a loss.
Rodriguez,
Probably almost back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little further. A little bit further.
Loss of 3 or 4 yards.
So he's back, and it is almost to the original line of scrimmage, just back a couple yards behind that. So
That was a good read by the defense of Scarborough to have a whole world of trouble there for Barco in the offense for the Cougars.
quick story, you mentioned Fenway Clark.
Yeah.
He was playing slow pitch on our team. Last game, he ripped his hamstring like bad, and he could hardly move. But he was up to bat. He didn't want to leave us with the out for the third out. He got up to bat with only one leg and hit it out of the park.
That reminds me of Kirk Gibson.
That's exactly. It was very much so Clarky.
Yeah.
So that's my James Clark, my best James. I got a lot of Clarky stories, but that's my best James Clark story.
So his new name is now Fenway Gibson.
Fenway Gibson Clark. Yes.
No,
Sounds
we'll
like-
take his name completely out of it. We'll make it obscure. Fenway Gibson is now what we're going to call him.
Here's the punt, and wow, good kick deep into the end zone, and it rolls through. So nice kick by number 21, Logan Stefina. Takes the rouge on that, and it's 15-7.
The quirks of Canadian football
Right.
come into the football game in the third quarter.
So it's funny. I've got lots of friends in the States and a couple of guys that played university ball. One guy played pro ball, and they're talking about stuff. And I said, "Yeah, but you guys don't have a rouge." They had no idea no clue what I was talking
What are you
about.
talking about?
Exactly.
Is that French?
Well, again, you said the quirks of Canadian football, right?
I love it. I love the game. It's a different game than the NFL. And once you realize that, it's a really a whole new game.
It is.
I love the little ins and outs of the CFL and the Canadian rules. It's great.
Another one I saw here that was back, must have been back 25 years ago. The punter kicked the ball, a really high kick, and he went down. The ball bounced, and he caught his own punt and ran it in for the end zone, and it was good. It was good for a touchdown. Is back through. Sams
Ooh.
gets it out, and I think it was Greenlee,
Big hit.
number 22, Nathan Greenlee, and he got a first down there. But yeah, so he ran down, he punted the ball, and it was up, and it was a high kick, and it bounced and touched one of the other players, but the punter, instead of no yards, he got down there and took the ball and ran it in.
It's amazing.
That was crazy.
And what other league are you going to find two Rough Rider teams for 90 years?
Right.
Or 80 years, two Rough Rider teams?
As we're back, Sam, right underneath center, pulls it back, hands it off, and he made it through for about 4 yards. That was a big number 58, and that was Tyler Bussey, and that's exactly what he was like, a bus going through there, and he was met by a couple of players by the Cougars.
And one of them, Shognosh Diaz, we've called his name countless times over the years, and he was the one that made the stop right up the middle.
He is a beast, isn't he? Diaz is just huge. I just love that guy, though. Love his intensity, love his passion for the game. Shognosh Diaz, if there's an MVP from the booth from watching, he's that guy.
Absolutely.
He can spark a team. As Sam, out of the shotgun, he's got Bussey beside him. And Greenlee the back behind him. A little bit of an offset eye. And back, Sam scampers past one guy. He's running. He's going to get his ball off. And he hangs on to it, tucks it, and runs, and gets a first down. Sam with a great athleticism, and he knew where he had to be on the far side of the field too, and he still got there. Amazing.
You've got to have a lot of confidence when he's your quarterback because he has so many ways that he can hurt you down the field with his arm, and he has no problem running that football and finding the avenues to run it himself down the field. So just an amazing athlete for Scarborough.
A lot of respect for that young man.
Absolutely.
As Sam leads them into battle again. Scarborough now starting to make some ways against Chatham's defense. So Cougars' defense has been tremendous. They're ready to make a stop here. Shognosh Diaz. He's ready to bust through there. They're double teaming Shognosh Diaz. But it wasn't him that took down Sam this time.
It's a bad snap, too.
Yeah.
Defensive stop there.
I don't know who jumped through there. Yeah, it was 85, Cam Bellamy. And Cam Bellamy, just I don't know if you know this young man or not. Mild-mannered kid, just a real nice kid. And to see him out here playing football, he's a big kid, but just mild-mannered, just a very intelligent kid. And it's just to see him out here playing football is like it's cool to see. Just a great guy
and a good contributor to the team as well.
Oh, huge. As they said here, second and probably about 12. Sam is under the ball. Back goes second. Sam with a shotgun, fires it off, and right in and out of the hands of number 46, Cadescu, as it bounced off his numbers and out, incomplete.
Again, that's one of those plays and one of those mistakes that the Cougars have to take advantage of because he was wide open, and he looked like he could have some yards after the catch if he got that cleanly. And he just flat out, it bounced right off the numbers, as you mentioned. And the Cougars look like they can get this football back, and they want to put this one away. Even though there's still a quarter left of football, they want to put more points on the board. And that rouge that they scored, that could come in as a big factor in this game.
Well, that's huge. That's why these quirks are so important. As Greenlee, high punt, beautiful punt. And back for it on the far side.
Oh, no.
And no, there's no yards call on that. There's going to be no yards call on that for sure. Wiggerson had it, but he didn't even get a chance to touch it. There's a no yards call on that.
Well, you're at the point of the football game, and these two teams have played each other really well. You're at the point where you're a little bit on edge.
Oh, yeah.
You're a bit on edge with each bobble of the football.
The flags went shooting up there immediately. And so Chatham will take possession of the football, and they'll probably march it back 5 or 6 yards this way, or 5 or 10 yards this way after that no yards call. Well, this is a way for referee / Mike's favorite teacher, Peter Craylow, to come over here.
No,
and
I have nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with Mr. Craylow.
I never said there was an issue with him. I just said, yep, no yards call. So they march it back. But I'm just saying that he almost failed you, or you maybe almost failed yourself.
I think the second one was a little bit more accurate. The whole showing up to class thing, trying on tests.
That's, you and I sound like very much the same, as pulled back and handed off to Benoit. Benoit up to a first down and more. Benoit, one man to beat, and he was off to the races, but he was hauled in. Great play by number 40 for the Thunder, Emiliano Ailman, as he hauled Benoit in, but Benoit with a first down.
That was like watching a hot knife go through butter. He was just sneaky right through the defense of Scarborough. That was a great run by Benoit.
As they set up again. Barco. Behind him is Stefina. Last play of the third quarter. Hands it off to Stefina. Stefina cuts left. Keeps going left. Now he makes the turn. Is he going to make this turn? He's going to be gone. Stefina, big gain for a first down. And gain of almost 22 yards. And there's the big flag on the play. So they could tack on some more onto this. As the Scarborough guy's got his hands up in the air. Okay. Leave me alone. I'm good. But I think he's going to get an extra 15 for a personal foul. So it could take this all the way down to about the 15-yard line or 20.
Stefina just makes it look easy, just cutting through the D and making would-be tacklers miss. Those powerful legs just going right through everybody. And another huge play by Stefina. And as you mentioned, we'll see what the flag has in store. But this could be really, really good field position for the Cougars.
I think it's going to be. They're going to be rolling it. Now, it's funny, though, as we get ready to go, we'll see what it is. You mentioned that you didn't go to class. I didn't go to class.
Yeah.
A lot. Maybe it's something to do with radio broadcasting and stuff like that. That's how.
Once we figure out.
That's why we were where we were, like where I was, and you are in radio still.
Qualifications for radio. Not much. Okay.
Got a pencil? Yeah, come on in.
Come on in. Do you not shut up? All right. Come on in. Oh, my goodness.
That's not saying much about either the public school system or Walter Plugman, who hired us both. I don't know.
Right. And still keeps me around for some reason, too. I have no idea. For some reason. But also, kids, stay in school.
Yes.
Get good marks.
Yes, do your best.
Be a doctor or a lawyer.
Or try trade. It's just, you know.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
The radio is probably not the way to
Well, you
roll for
probably
most
watched this
people.
broadcast. I don't want to be like those guys. Oh, no.
As we get ready to go for the fourth quarter, I'm going to hand it over to Mike Reddy to do play-by-play. Now I'll be able to have a piece of pizza. And
Hey, thanks to Pizza Tonight, too.
Pizza Night, Kerry Southpaw Templeton made the call and got those Pizza Night to John over a little pizza and wings. They're awesome, eh?
Great. And French fries here, too. Great spread. Great meal.
This is just
We're
like a
taken care
pro
of up here.
football game almost, right?
Yeah. We're almost in the press box.
Okay,
Well, we
Reds.
are in the press box.
We are.
Fourth quarter here as the Cougars are hanging on to an 8-point lead, 15-7. Mike Renier, Gary Patterson, and the Cougars looking to pull this one out here tonight as they keep it on the ground. Another big run along the left side, and good gain on 1st and 10. And Szymanski once again on the assignment. And there is a flag along that far side of the field by the 40-yard line, and some conversation going on, and maybe two injured Scarborough Thunder players, number 41 of them, as Emilio Ailman is down. I'm trying to see who the other one is. But as you mentioned, the cool weather could be a factor
chilly.
in some cramping.
It was very nippy out. The side judge there helping in and jumping in, the official helping him with the cramp there. But I'm, I just got to say, great job by the Cougars offense. So the two receivers on this side, they jumped over and sealed that off for the run, and that was, great 7-yard gain, 6-yard gain, and they sealed it off perfectly. That was awesome.
So it looks like this is going to set up a 2nd and 4. Maybe a
Penalty
second
went
and
against
short
Scarborough,
4.
I think. Or they may
What's
just
that?
call it. Looks like you're calling a penalty against Scarborough,
Maybe.
I think. As Peter Kralo is going to come over and face mask against Scarborough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a big break for the Cougars.
Yes, it is.
With the two injured Scarborough Thunder, I had forgotten there was a flag on the far side of the field.
Mr. Kralo didn't. He knew.
He was on it. And this is going to be
That was number 21 for the Thunder. And he's not listed on the roster, so the unknown soldier right there, number 21. There's always one of those on every roster, isn't there? You look
There
for a
is,
number,
yep.
it's like, he's not on here.
and you feel really bad for him and his family because
mom.
we're not calling
Yeah.
his name. But
Hey, speaking of that, what about Deion Sanders? So he's coaching some, I think it's D2 college football.
yeah,
He paid for every kid on every team in his conference to have their name put on their jersey. He paid
Really?
for it personally because he says, I think everybody's mama should be proud of their kid.
I've always had a soft spot
How
for
awesome is
Neon
that?
Dion. I really have. Even as a commentator, I mean, he might rub some people the wrong way with his style, but he's a heck of a guy. Big defensive play there by Scarborough.
Speaking of
And-
21,
yeah, absolutely, yeah, right.
Logan Stefina.
And nowhere to go for Stefina there. So that's a big defensive play by Scarborough and a big drop back in yards. It looks like that was about 7 yards on a loss there for the Cougars. So now here's another very pivotal 2nd down and a long way to go.
Yeah, well, I thought that was a great story by Deion Sanders. A great football story that he would to pay for because he says, I think everybody's mama should be able to see them play and be proud of their kid.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I've always had he's never played on a team that I've liked. I hated the Cowboys.
You hated the Cowboys.
Never was a big 49er fan. Atlanta, he was on Atlanta where I wasn't really paying much attention to.
Nobody did.
But even now. Great story by Dion, though. Big play here for the Cougars on offense, 2nd and a long way as they go to the air looking for his man, and they just overthrows him by about half a stride. And was that Szymanski along that far side?
I think it was number 9.
Oh, was it Wiggerson?
Wiggerson.
Okay. Again, the old 8-9 confusion continues.
Well, and plus, you're looking at 100 yards away from us and in the dark.
It's almost to Dresden, I think.
What are you, a cat?
That side of the field
You don't
is
see that far?
Tupperville.
So it's 3rd down, and so they're bringing out the punting team, the punting unit.
15-7 lead for the Cougars, so once again unable to get some additional points.
That breeze coming in from the north too, right? It's colder than a well digger's butt out there today.
You got a handbook of these sayings, don't you?
Always.
The rest of us wore pants, by the way.
It looks like yeah, could have been probably my first mistake or second.
Big kick here
Oh,
for the
wow.
Cougars. Line drive. And two-hopper into the end zone. It will be run back by Scarborough, and a pretty good run back. Finally caught up to by a couple of Cougars. And that was number 22 for Scarborough, Nathan Greenlee, on the run back. So he brought it out of the end zone.
And number 22 for the Cougars is down on that play.
That's Burgoon.
Christian Burgoon.
He's still down. Hopefully he's all right with
They rolled over him. He got rolled over.
9:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Cougars up by 8. After the injury timeout, 9:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Cougars 15. And the Thunder of Scarborough 7. Scarborough with the football deep in their own territory. So a big defensive time of the game here for the Cougars. They keep it on the ground. And again, another good job by the Cougars to swarm. However, it's taking about 4 or 5 Cougars to take the running back down from Scarborough. You got a little bit on the run there, maybe 4 on that run.
Greenlee's a tough kid.
Absolutely.
He just kept rolling. How do you see that? You're sitting right in the way of the beam, like obstructed view at Tiger Stadium or something like that.
Right. Brought back some wonderful memories.
Greenlee with a great run, but a great several tackles. There were so many Cougars in on him, it's hard to say.
I saved on my ticket, though. That's why I got a discounted ticket.
Gotcha. Free pizza, though.
Yeah, that's right. Delicious. Second down, and he drops the football. He had a ready-made first down play there. Just dropped by number 11, Isaiah Lorraine, who's had a couple of near misses in this football game. That one he flat out didn't catch the football. There was no one around him.
Sam just dropped when he saw that. He was like, shook his head. Like that could be the end of Sam and Lorraine. They might be done tonight.
Oh, that was my favorite sitcom.
Brooksy's shaking his head thinking, I can't believe these two guys are in the booth. I can't
We'll be
believe it.
fired after tonight. I hope not.
I hope not either.
I hope
I
not.
love this.
Third down and 5 or 6 here for Scarborough.
Greenlee will punt.
Still lots of time left in this game, so they have the luxury of booting this one away.
That's the thing about Canadian football, right? Too, you can be down 42 points with 8 seconds to play and you still have a chance. Like, oh my gosh!
Like that Grey Cup of '85. That was
yes.
No idea.
I think it was more like there's one in '94 or something like that. They were down 22 points with like 3 minutes, and look at that trick play, little trickery.
He's on with the football. He's got some room to move.
He's got first down.
Oh man, what a turn of events there! And they will keep the
close,
football. We've seen a couple of tricks here in this football game tonight. And Scarborough will keep the football with 8:37 left to go in this fourth quarter. Down by 8. They took a big gamble, and it worked out just fine.
Well, it can take so long to play the last bit. Like, didn't you get here at 6 minutes left and you sat in the car for an hour to watch the junior varsity game?
Oh, I was standing in the breeze, actually.
The heck were you thinking?
I mistimed it, but I saw some great football at the end of the first game. Had I known, I would have come up here and maybe helped you out at the end of the broadcast.
That
of the
would have
first
been
game.
nice, but it's all right.
I'm very sorry that I missed you. Had I known.
I'm kidding. So they got the chain gang coming out. Whether they're going to have first down or not, it's going to be close. And they got to run all the way across the field. So Greenlee, that was a great play on Greenlee's part. And he dodged a couple of good tackles. And obviously, they weren't good tackles if he dodged them.
Yep.
But he dodged a couple of tackles and right up there.
Had they would work, they would have been great. Had those tackles worked.
Now, this is huge because if he didn't get this, then the Cougars take possession on like the 35-yard line.
From this angle, I thought it was a no-brainer that he got the first down, but
Yep, they got it.
all right.
Your vision is 100%, you know.
Well, I don't know about that. We're getting old.
So Greenlee got the first down. Great run on that, though, by Greenlee.
So now they'll be at the 33. And lots of time left on the clock. 8:37 to go in the fourth quarter. Cougars 15 to the Thunder 7.
And again, the Cougars, or the they're going to have to go for 2
Yeah.
if they do get into the end zone because of the Rouge, right? So
That Rouge, you never think it could be a turning point or a big point in the football game, but
yeah, the RSN turning point, right? Isn't that what it, RSN in Quebec?
RDS. RDS in Quebec.
turning
Yeah,
point.
that's right. Yeah.
Like Sam's going back. Like I'm telling you, Sam was I thought he was getting up on St. Clair Street the way he kept running.
He was going home. But he throws it away, and that will be 2nd down and 10 here for Scarborough.
Sam's got such a strong arm. He threw off his wrong foot and still got lots of juice on that ball to get out of bounds. And like this kid is a good athlete.
Absolutely. He has shown everything here in this football game tonight with his arm, his speed, his elusiveness, and really just football smarts as well. And with those purple, black, and white outfits, you really think of Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
There are some plays where he looks like Lamar Jackson out there.
Probably got a few more points on the fantasy team than Lamar Jackson got for his fantasy team today.
Oh,
but
yeah.
sorry.
You were a little salty about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Run for a couple, will you, Lamar? You got the talent. Like, come on.
Well, he knew that you were playing him today and wanted to make you sweat a little bit. At last check, you were still winning your league, so
Yeah, but still.
or your matchup anyway.
Still
Still, I wanted more points. Football will be at the 43-yard line of Scarborough. And the Thunder with the football. 7:40 and counting left in the fourth quarter. Sam with the football. He'll throw it short to the right-hand side, and lots of room for the receiver to move. A first down and way more to the 40-yard line of the Cougars, and finally takes 3 Chatham-Kent players to wrap them up.
That's Greenlee.
And hauled in Nathan Greenlee once again, number 22. So he just keeps getting better and better as this game goes on, and he could be a big threat down the stretch.
He kept those legs pumping. Like he's a beast too. Like these teams are very well matched. I'd like to know what the rankings are for these two teams in the conference.
We'll have to get our stats department on it.
I think they got the night off.
Yeah. It was in their claws. So 1st and 10, right at the 41-yard line in Cougar territory. And Sam out of the gun. He'll look downfield, near side, and that went into no man's territory and almost into the hands of that Cougar defender. Charbonneau was right there, and that was maybe half a foot away from an INT.
Lorraine didn't get that one either.
That's why that sitcom's done.
So 2nd and 10. Let's see what kind of fresh idea that Sam comes out with this one now. Like defense, you know a name I haven't said in a long time? Shugnash Diaz. Expect a big play out of him right here.
Hasn't been too long. He's had a pretty consistent game, but you expect to call his name every 2 minutes because he's always a power player out there. Here's Sam back to pass. Lots of pressure here by the defense, and still he eludes lots of tackles. However, finally, on about the 5th attempt, the Cougars come together and bring down Sam well shy.
He's short by about a yard and a half, I'm saying.
To be at least, again, you've got a better angle on that side of the field. But it looks like where the ball is, good yard shy at least, yard and a half.
Yeah. Now we just moved the marker, so a couple yards.
So here we go.
yards.
You're going to go for it 3rd and short here with 5:46 to go in the fourth quarter. So here's a huge play in this football game.
They're going to just have to run it to Greenlee and let him run it up.
Yeah. Down by 8.
Nope.
They hand it off.
Do they get
enough?
No.
And that's going to be likely short. Great stuff by the Cougars. And we'll get the official word. But it looks like it's Chatham-Kent football. A turnover on downs with 5.5 to go. And the Cougars up by 8. What a huge stop for Chatham-Kent.
They thought Bussey was the guy to go to. I thought they were going to use Bussey as the plowback and just have Greenlee come in after him. But no, the fullback got the ball and he was stopped. Great defense again by the Cougars, right?
All night long. They have come up huge with plays all night long, and no bigger one than that one with 5.5 to go in this fourth quarter. And now the Cougars just are – it's all about clock management now and, maybe putting on a few more points to salt this one away, but they want to get as much time off the clock as they can.
Yeah, but you definitely want to get some points on the board because this team is dangerous with Sam, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and up the middle, a run with about 7-yard pickup for the Cougars.
Up the middle for about 7 yards. 2nd and 3.
And trying to see who had that carry for Chatham-Kent. There's a lot of bodies. But in any case, 6.5, 7-yard pickup up the middle for Chatham-Kent.
That's important, is to keep pushing those right up the middle, right?
Scratch out as many yards as you can. 4:38 and counting left to go. Barco waits for the snap. He gets it, looks downfield. Now, right away, he's got a ton of pressure. Tries to scamper away from it. He's got some yards and a lot of room down that far side, and he'll run for a first down. Now he gets shoved, and a couple of flags immediately come out, and now his teammates coming to his defense, and now we've got a mini scrum at midfield. After the play was done, Barco, after the run, gets shoved by one of the Scarborough players. And then the real fireworks start there.
Not sure why that happened because Barco was nowhere near the kid, and he just came over to him, and when Barco was getting up and shoved him back down. But Barco with a great run to get that first down, and you're going to tack another at least 15 yards onto that.
Not smart there by the Scarborough Thunder. If you're trying to cling to this football game, and now you're going to give away very precious yards after that Barco run.
And those flags were look like fireworks going up. There's so many of them up in the air.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that one's about. How many yards they're gonna march off? Because without a doubt, it was plain and simple. Barco didn't do anything unless he chirped him. But to me, it didn't seem like he did anything, and it was nuts. So roughing against. Looks like roughing against them, and so they're marching the football off about 15.
So now you'll see the Cougars with the football at around the 40-yard line of Scarborough. 4:20 left to go, and a fresh set of downs, too. So
personal foul, and they're going to march it off 15 yards. 1, 2, 1.5 yards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 15 yards, a little bit more.
40-yard line it will be here.
So this is going to be pretty huge. That's a big penalty to take, because when you're really trying to stay in the football game and then you take a big penalty, that's selfish. That's a selfish call.
Absolutely. Not a smart play at all. So now here's Barco and the rest of the Cougars on offense.
I've got a chance to make it hurt on him now.
You think any kind of points at all will really drive it home for the Cougars from here as they wind the clock once again. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line as they'll hand it off. And again, another great run by the Cougars off that right-hand side.
8 or 9 yards for Stefina.
And again, a great running game tonight, Gary.
So, June, who's not here is J.C. Morlog.
Mm-hmm.
And Morlog, you know what kind of beast he is.
Yes.
He's like an army tank rolling through there.
Yeah.
To see Stefina do this, that 1-2 punch is ridiculous. In a good way.
Right. So a great run there again by Stefina. About 8 is what he got on that run, so 2nd and 2. And again, just as importantly, the clock continues to wind down with 3.5 to go in the 4th quarter. Second and short. And the handoff from Barco, and nowhere to go right when he hits the line. There's nowhere to go for the Cougars on the running game there. So now you've got 3rd and short. Stefina with the assignment.
Yeah, what do you do? Do you kick here? You're so far down, or do you go for it?
That's going to be an interesting call.
Because they're third and couple yards. They've had decent success with the off-tackle games. That one they try to run up the middle. They run some little off-tackle or throw something out in the flats. They've had great success with that this afternoon, or tonight.
Or do you boot it as much as you can? You get it out of the end zone, and you get one more. Now it's a 9-point game.
You know what? Good call. That's where the old rouge comes into play.
See, 2 rouges in a game. We'll be treated to that if that's what the call is.
That could be the first time ever in CK Cougars history.
We'll have to get the research panel back to work. They're busy now. They have a lot to research.
Tomorrow morning they're going to be upset with all the emails they have in their inbox.
That's what we get for giving them a Sunday night off.
Looks like Barco's out there, set to go, so they're going to go for it on third and 2 or 3.
So here's there's still a fair bit of time left. There's now a 3-minute warning, and
you got to go to Szymanski or Stefan on this, right?
A big run, and no, actually, pardon me, they go on the pass, and it falls incomplete, and that's going to turn the football back over to Scarborough. So the gamble does not work out for the Cougars on 3rd and 3. They go to the air. It falls incomplete, so 2:49 to go in the 4th, and a 15-7 lead for Chatham-Kent. So still a nail-biter.
Well, that shows, though, Sel Jordan has such supreme confidence in his defense, and his defense has played so well tonight. That shows that these guys, he's got confidence in them, that they're going to hold Scarborough down. My opinion, anyway.
Well, we'll find out.
My opinion that he has great confidence in them.
Right. I see what you're saying now.
Okay. Let's see here. Your boy Sam.
2:49 to go in the 4th quarter. Here is Sam. See what he can do now late in this football game. And he's got his man along that far side. A completed catch and a first down at the 45-yard line. That's going to move the chains for Scarborough. So we'll see if Sam and his offensive team.
When I saw him turn real quick, I thought they're going to do the old hook and lateral there. So when they saw the other guy come out the sidelines, I thought they're going to just hand it off and away he's gone.
Yep.
But again, another trick play we haven't seen in many years.
Well, the game's not done yet. So
we've seen a lot tonight.
There's still time. 1st and 10 for the Scarborough Thunder, down by 8. Setting up a great finish here at the Athletic Complex in Chatham-Kent. Sam dropping back to pass. Bit of pressure now a lot of pressure. Scrambling off to his right, still looking downfield. And he lets it go. And he had a man, but that was overthrown. And that goes out of bounds. He had Cale Warren, the intended receiver, at around the 30-yard line.
He was running for his life there. He had a lot of white jerseys chasing him.
Cale Warren likely would not have stayed in bounds anyway, but he was the closest receiver.
Had all
just
that
throws it away.
going, right? He had the momentum going to the right side, but it's you know what, it's great to see athletes like this play and how great these guys and a great high level that they're all playing at. All these kids out here, young men.
2nd down and 10 here for Scarborough. 2:07 to play in the 4th. And now a short pass along that far side, along the left side. It is complete, and the Cougars able to swarm and make the tackle. And now 2 flags come out after the play is done, and the flags come flying. We'll have to see what happened along that far side by the Cougar bench. And that would have brought up 3rd and around 5, but we'll see what the flags do and how and another flag comes flying out now. A ton of flags after that play was completed. 3 flags in total.
Now, if this is against Scarborough, that's, again, shooting themselves in the foot when they're, you know what I mean? They've made a little bit of a headway and they're down with less than 2 minutes to play and they're trying to score this game. And if some crazy penalties, and that's just tough. And it is going to be against Scarborough. They're moving back. Yes, and I feel bad for Sam on something like that because this young man has played so hard and left everything on the field, blood, sweat, and tears. And if somebody takes a stupid penalty to move marching back another 10 or 15 yards out of any kind of contention, that's wrong.
And now when the clock is winding down on this football game, under 2 minutes to play in the 4th quarter, it is not doing Scarborough any favors whatsoever as they continue to talk over the multiple infractions. 3 flags come flying out at the end of the last play. See what the call is coming up.
Shagnash Diaz trying to stay warm. I see Bellamy out there playing the drums, air drums out there. Loves the song.
To the hip.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, isn't this Gord Downey is like 4 years since he's passed away today? October
Is
17th?
it the anniversary? Wow, already?
I think so.
Oh, my
A
goodness.
few years anyway. I think
been-
October 17th is the date.
It might be, yes. Wow, already.
Just another little useless piece of trivia bouncing around in my noggin.
That's all right. I wouldn't say useless. I'd say solid trivia. You won't find many bigger pieces of Canadiana than Gord Downey in the hip.
You're correct. I don't know if they're doing a Zoom meeting or what they're doing over there. Like, you got a lot of talking going on. Peter Kralo's got his little book out. Roughing a bunch against them. And this side, okay, what do we got here? I think that was two roughing calls against the Thunder and one unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cougars, I think. They're marching him back anyway.
Yep.
Now let's see how far he walks this time.
It's now 10 yards.
Yeah.
10. Or is
So
that
it's-
15? Maybe 15.
So it's third down and a $5 cab ride to the or $10 cab ride to the first
Yeah.
down markers. And
Maybe
no
a
such thing-
$5 cab ride 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. There's no such thing as a $5 cab ride
That
anymore.
doesn't exist
I think
now.
they start at $5.75.
You're also right. 4 years ago on this very day, we lost Gord Downey.
What do you Wikipedia or something?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I do in the breaks. Great move there by Sam. He's still scrambling, looking down the field, and he gets the throwaway, but his receiver steps out of bounds anyway. And once again, intended for Cale Warren. Second straight time he was going to go to Warren along that right side. And
Sam
it falls incomplete.
Sam is upset. Shagnos Diaz took him down, and he was upset that he thought maybe it was a late hit. But Shagnos Diaz wiped him out pretty good.
So that will give the football back to the Cougars. Turnover on downs after that third and long try. Went out of bounds, so 1:45 to go in this fourth quarter. And you don't want to say anything too early here, but the Cougars just flat out want to get the rest of the time off the clock.
Yes, they do. Don't jinx it for
Oh,
them.
I was
They'll
very-
come
I
looking
was
for you.
dancing around there.
You'll have Shagnos Diaz coming after you next, let me tell you.
He was actually already glaring at me. He knew what I was saying. He was glaring at me.
As they're set now, 1st and 10 for the Cougars at about the 30, we'll call it the 34-yard line.
Heavy run here.
Yes.
Heavy run.
I would say run that time off the clock.
1:45 to go.
Taco Bell. Got the heavy runs.
I know where you're going out with that. Hopefully you're not eating a meal. And still on their feet.
First down.
Nice run there by the Cougars, and they are celebrating, moving the chains, and getting that much closer to maybe getting a win here tonight.
Stefan has been a beast. He's been huge.
He's been great on the ground tonight for sure. 1:37 to go, and the football will be at the 20-yard line of Scarborough.
By the way, we're talking football here with 137. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Michigan Wolverines are ranked 6th in the AP poll, by the way.
That's not bad.
Right?
Not
Coming
bad at
from
all.
not ranked in the first of the season, not ranked at all.
The 6th, yeah.
They're doing all right.
So they're surprising a lot of people
A few
from,
anyway.
from back in September.
Yes, they are. So it looks like taking a little time out here.
1:33 to go and a 15-7 lead for the Cougars as they look to nail this one down here tonight. After the timeout, 1:33 to go in this fourth quarter. 15-7 Cougars. They have it knocking on the doorstep in the offensive side of the football field. They keep it on the ground. And another run there by Stefan right off the end of the run. Some more conversation. A little bit of bad blood brewing in this fourth quarter. Some chippiness between the two clubs.
I wonder if they're going to meet in the playoffs.
That would be a price of admission right there to see those two clubs.
Depends how much it costs for admission, but yes, it would.
Well,
if it was decent.
I would pay a few dollars for sure.
100?
I've never paid $100 for this level of football.
You know, I played $100 for before. Jays tickets.
Really?
Yep.
Exhibition Stadium?
Yep. No. Exhibition Stadium. Now the C&E, good old C&E grounds. No.
1978. Yeah.
At Rogers Center.
Okay.
And I went, and they had some really bad tickets, and the most decent tickets were like $107 or $108, and they were.
Regular season or playoff time?
It was
or?
regular season.
Really? Wow.
But they're playing the Yankees, so probably that's why they jacked up the price, right? So.
And you went willingly.
I did.
I know.
To see the
You're
Jays.
a Yankee fan. They still let us in the same room together.
That's because we're all right.
Yeah, we're okay. We're good.
Heavy respect.
We put the logos on our ball caps aside.
Yes.
All right. Second and
Here they go.
27 remaining.
Second down here.
Can you see past your Tiger Stadium obstructed view seat here?
I'm leaning around it. I'm kind of leaning out the window. 2nd and 5 here for the Cougars. 1:27 to go. And once again, they will keep it on the ground, but to no success at all this time around. And this will bring up 3rd down on the Stefina try, but it looks like he loses about 2 yards on that attempt. And 3rd and 7 will come up here with 1:22 to go. They're playing Sesame Street here.
Yes, it is.
At the athletic complex. I'm not sure the context, but I don't hate it.
No, it's good.
I don't hate it.
Nobody else pointed that out, but
3rd down here for the
Oh, is that the
Cougars.
Rouge?
They are kicking it and trying to kick it out of the stadium.
Did they get the Rouge there?
And I think they did. They got that single point as they knock it right out of the end zone.
Yes.
And that is the big one. That's the 2nd Rouge of the football game.
So
And
they
that-
come back, they could. They have, even if they get 2 points of conversion.
Right. Oh, yeah. So one drive cannot help the Scarborough Thunder now with a 9-point edge for the Cougars. So with 1:18 to go, they're really in the driver's seat. From Sesame Street to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on the soundtrack here.
I thought I heard a little Price is Right in there too.
So really, we've covered the staying home from school sick version of the the 1990s. We've got all the shows covered: Sesame Street, Fresh Prince, and Price is Right.
Jazzy Jeff.
He was the one that was always thrown out, right?
Yeah.
Jazzy Jeff was out. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
always thrown out the front door.
Will
Right?
Smith's best buddy.
That's right.
And so we have Jazzy Jeff Brooks here.
He is jazzy. I don't know what that means. 1:18 to go. It is Scarborough football. Their task is large as they're down by 9, and they go to the air on 1st and 10, and that was almost intercepted in a big crunch there. The intended receiver, Cale Warren, and that was almost intercepted. It looked like Corin Stewart. We've called his name a number of times here tonight, and Corin Stewart was pretty close to the INT, and then he got smucked to the ground.
A little landing pad for number 9. Oh, my gosh.
But he gets right up, bounces right back up, and away we go. 1:12 to go in this 4th quarter.
And you know Sam's just going bombs away, right? That's the only way you can go now.
I think that's the only option you've got.
Bombs away, get a big touchdown, come back, onside kick. I think that's what they're going for.
Defense is spread out here for the Cougars, so they're expecting the same. As Sam gets the snap, looks down the field, but big pressure by the Cougars, but Sam gets out of it, still on his feet now, and running down the field. He's up to the almost the 50-yard line.
He got a first down.
And yes, he did. He
Moved the
crosses
chains.
the 45. So he at least moves the chains here now with under a minute to go in the 4th quarter. And still keeps his team going here. But still, time not on the side of Scarborough.
That'll be a first down for the Thunder.
Pickup of close to 12 on the ground for Sam.
He's such a great athlete, right? But there's so many great athletes on both sides of the ball,
Absolutely.
offense and defense.
Used his legs there. Didn't see anything he liked downfield. Now he will go downfield this time, and he's got his man. Did it hit the turf?
No, I think he got it.
Did he get it? All right, by
And that was Warren again.
43-yard line, so a bullet.
And he's got some zip on that ball. It's not just one of these little floaters.
No.
But Cale Warren was right there and scooped it in. Great play by Warren, by the way, to go down and get it, dig it out.
Couldn't tell if it was a short hop, but it was a catch. Nice play there on offense as Sam goes back at it once again, looking downfield, still on his feet, and he's going to scamper with it along that far side. Now he's going to reverse course. He still has it, running right, and he is going downfield, and he overthrows his intended receiver along the right-hand side, and that was going to be Alexander Kodescu, the intended receiver. So Sam covered a lot of steps on that play. Went both sides of the field, and it ultimately falls incomplete. 21 and a half seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Good hustle by Trayvon Mulder to chase Sam out of his original holding pattern and made sure he had to. Sam's was not happy, though, with the way that turned out. He's given the devil the number 36 out there, Mount Jones. He's saying, come on, man, you should have had that.
It's a second down. Ball at the 43-yard line. 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Sam back to pass once again. Can't find anybody he likes, and now I think he tripped over his own feet and stumbles down, but now here is a flag.
The middle of that field is very, very muddy, and so I think he lost his footing and went down.
And we'll see the penalty flag, too, that came flying out.
I think there's a penalty flag out there as well. We'll see what that does. 15.9 seconds remaining in this game.
I think you can say it now, Mike.
Oh, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
16-7, the Cougars lead here with 15.9 seconds left.
See, you said it without saying it. So it's fine. I'm not going to be that guy.
You're the guy who no-hitter and all that stuff, shutout.
From the comfort of my own living room, I'll do that. I'll do all that stuff.
See, I don't even do it from the comfort of my living room. I keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
I do. I'm like, I don't want to get the phone call. It's your fault.
It's your fault. They lost everything.
Okay, we'll see. Flags are, nope, nada. Drop flag, picking it up.
All right, so third down. And about 15 to go here for the Scarborough Thunder. 16-7, the Cougars with the lead late. 10 seconds now to go, and now some early movement. And here's Sam scrambling off to his right, looking downfield, and he had a man wide open, and it just is off the fingertips of Kodescu once again, and that is going to do it. As a turnover on downs, we'll give it back to the Cougars. All right, fine, I'll say it now. With a 9-point lead and 1.8 seconds left on the clock, the Cougars have the football. They will win this football game.
Yes.
And a great performance by Chatham-Kent tonight.
Big time. You know what? Big time. And they overcame 3 horrible turnovers. And their defense that came up and came to play. They came to the dance.
You mentioned it right off the hop. All in the first half. They turned the football over 3 times, and just to be at a 7-7 tie at halftime was remarkable, and they've outscored Scarborough 9-0 in this second half. They've really cleaned up a lot of mistakes in the second half and made sure that they were going to cruise to victory tonight. So this varsity squad's looking pretty good.
As playoffs loom, and both the varsity, senior varsity, and junior varsity teams look very solid, and both, beating 2 very good teams in both the Scarborough Thunder teams. Scarborough Thunder, they draw from a big area, get some great football players, and as you saw tonight, there's a lot of great athletes out there.
Some good hometown cooking here today, this afternoon, and tonight for the junior varsities, and now the varsities of the Chatham-Kent Cougars, winners on their home turf today as the varsity squad defeats the Scarborough Thunder Cougars 16 and the Thunder 7. Gary Patterson, this was a great day of football, certainly if you're a Cougar fan
Not a
on home
Dolphins
field.
fan, but a Cougar fan, yes.
What did I say?
And I said not a Dolphins fan, but if you're a
yeah.
Cougars fan, yes. So
I'm sorry about your Dolphins. It's a long way to go to lose, if going all the way to London, England today.
you're right. Well, you know, Rans, it's great working with you again.
You too, my
Always
friend.
is. I hope we can do it again in the playoffs. As the I hope Brooksy doesn't fire us. As the Cougars Cougars win 16-7 here. James Clark quickly pulled the plug on the scoreboard out there, and so
He's going home. He's going home now.
final score 16-7. Chatham-Kent Cougars beat the Scarborough Thunder. Gary Patterson for Mike Renier. Please have a safe drive home.